Okay, looks like we're live. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTube. My name is Garrett Robinson. Welcome to my show Vloganovel on my channel Vloganovel, where I vlog novels. This is the show where I live create books from beginning to end, everything from the outlining process to writing the first draft, editing, formatting it for publication, and putting it available online wherever ebooks are sold, from Amazon to Kobo, Barnes & Noble, the iBookstore, Smashwords, and everywhere else. And today we're working on the outline for Darkfire. You probably already know what that is, but just in case you don't, Darkfire is the third book in my series, the Nightblade volumes. The first volume in the Nightblade volumes is, of course, the volume Nightblade, which is available online. You can find it everywhere that ebooks are sold, as well as paperback editions. And the second book in the series is this little beauty right here, Mystic, which I think looks just great. And reviewers on Amazon seem to think is pretty awesome as well, so I hope you'll check that out. Links to buy that, as well as all other books in my library, are in the video description below. I certainly hope you'll go and check it out. So we're working on outlining, we're going through the chapters, and we're adding character arcs. Not adding character arcs, because they were already there, but we're enhancing character arcs. We're ensuring that every character in the book goes through a meaningful change, meaningful events that tell us who they are and all that sort of thing. So that's what we're doing. Really quick before we begin, I want to recommend a book that I read the other day. It's called Gotta Buy It. Crap, I can't remember the author. She is fantastic, however. I heard her on the self-publishing podcast the other day. The other week, actually. She was on a few weeks ago. Let me see if I can get the name of the author for you really quick. Gotta Buy It talks about Gotta Read It. That's what it is. And the author's name is Libby Hawker. And the book is Gotta Buy It. Gotta Read It. It is a book about how to pitch your book. And so if you're going traditional publishing, which I don't, it will teach you how to write a very good pitch for agents and publishers about how awesome your book is and why they should publish you. But if you're self-published, it's possibly even more useful because it allows you to write a killer book description that will make readers really want to buy and read your book. So I went through the most important book in my catalog in terms of sales, which is Nightblade, and the first episode of Nightblade, which is permanently free and which is where I get most of my readers from, is they get the free copy of the first episode of Nightblade, and then they continue reading that series and my other books as well. So I went through and I updated the product descriptions on Amazon, and there's been a nice little uptick in free downloads of the first episode and also sales of the first book. So highly recommended. Gotta read it, Libby Hawker. Definitely go and check that out. Meanwhile, before we get into the outlining, if you want to support this and my other YouTube efforts, my 3 different YouTube channels, there's a couple ways you can do that. First, I have a Patreon page, campaign, whatever you want to call it, and that is at patreon.com/GarrettB.Robinson or GarrettBRobinson.com/Patreon. If you click on the little I at the top right corner of the screen, right around there, you can support me on Patreon. You can also give a one-time gift. Just a small little donation, which is, of course, always very appreciated. And that just helps me make my YouTube better and better and, supports me and my family and blah, 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 blah. So, let's get into it. We're on Chapter 4 of Episode 2, a.k.a. Chapter 9, period. So they basically just fought off the satyrs, the little goat men, and so on. And because of the way Albern fought them off and was just crazy awesome with his bow. Oh, I forgot to start my timer. Because of the way Albern was just crazy awesome with his bow, that just tells Jordell a lot about him. Jordell is obviously a very experienced traveler and a man of the world, so when he sees somebody do something like that, he knows what's going on. Okay, into episode 3 here. Hey, Kristen. How's it going? So this is one of those things where I need Zane to escape, and he does, but I sort of need to work out how he did it. Yeah, sorry I missed Vloganovel yesterday. I was working on something very exciting, which I will release tomorrow. My YouTube video tomorrow is going to be about it. So, I'm very excited. But I had to spend yesterday getting it ready. Hey, Bren is here. Hello, Bren. The film that shall not be named. Hey, Max. Good to see you. So for these next two chapters, chapters 14 and 15, I think they are, they're action chapters. They're pretty much just action chapters. So that's why I'm skipping over them without adding character arc moments into the character notes, because um, fight, it's action. There's not a whole lot of dialogue or decisions to be made. It's very in the moment and instinctive. Thanks, Bren. I kind of assume you mean that she's watching my regular vlog from the beginning. If she's watching Vloganovel from the beginning, that is some dedication. I've actually been thinking if I ever have extra time on my hands, or if Megan acquires extra time on her hands now that she's working for me, that I might have her start going back through Vloganovel and pulling the video files down off of YouTube, and then editing all of the kind of useless stuff out. You know what I mean? Just basically have the parts where I'm talking. Not that the other stuff is useless, but it's like it is a live creation. Like you'll still have the hour-long version of each show, but you'll also, if you just want to sit and sort of get the advice or whatever. Wow, she's watching Vloganovel from the beginning. Marry that girl, okay? Put a ring on that. I'm just kidding. No pressure. Oh God, she's gonna see this, isn't she? Oh no! No! That was completely a joke. I'm not trying to put any pressure on your relationship. Either way. Oh, fuck. God, I'm a terrible person. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm just gonna carry right on. Jesus. Oh, I feel like such a dick. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm a fucking dick. I apologize. Just picture you running into the room. Sweetie, you need to stop watching this show immediately. You're not allowed to watch Garrett anymore. No, stop watching him. Stop it. Ah, such a fucking douche. I'm sorry. Practically married anyway. Okay, good. Hey, maybe you live in one of the, backwards states where marriage isn't legal, and then that can be an excuse if you need an excuse. I need to shut the fuck up about this whole subject. Ah, God, I'm so sorry. Uh, by the way, what's that channel? Oh, I don't know. No, I'm just going to stop talking about it. I'm terribly sorry for ever having brought somebody else's relationship up. And I feel like every single thing that I could possibly say would only make the situation worse. Oh God, we've completely forgotten about one very important aspect of Zane. Wow, that's a real character moment for Zane. That's actually kind of fucked up. It's actually kind of important for all of them, honestly. Um, I generally my action is generally fairly boom, 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 boom. I actually want to do um, on one of my Writer Wednesday videos on my regular YouTube channel. I'm going to be talking about writing action because I've been told that I write fairly good action scenes, and certainly I see some writers out there who I don't think write very good action scenes at all. And I have some advice to give, and hopefully something that somebody would find helpful. I mean, most writing just boils down to the same two things, which is, well, three things: deciding what you're trying to communicate on a macro or a micro level, deciding what you want to communicate, adding things that communicate that, and taking out things that don't communicate that. Because if you know exactly what you want to communicate, and the only thing in your book is things that communicate that, you're golden. You've achieved the whole point of a book, and that can just be applied so broadly to so many different things, like not using the wrong word. You know, if you use the wrong word, then you're not communicating what you want to communicate. If you use too many adjectives, all of those adjectives aren't communicating what you want to communicate. So it's a judicious use of all the different parts of writing, and that includes action. What is the point of the action scene? What is it? What is it meant to instill in your reader? And if you just remove everything that doesn't instill that, I think you've got a good action scene. People don't need to know every single movement that the characters make when they're fighting, when two people are wrestling or whatever. You can describe one punch that's very important that does something significant to the story, but you don't need to describe every punch, because if two people are fighting for 5 minutes, there's going to be a lot of punches thrown, and you don't need to go, he came overhand with a right hook, then from the left with an uppercut, then for two quick jabs using his right hand turned vertical. It's just like it's too much. It bogs everything down. You're trying to instill a sense of excitement and a sense of worry that your hero is going to win. So just put in what you need to instill that. I don't know. It's one of those things that's like easy to understand, but takes a lot of practice to get really, really good at, I think. And I don't think I'm really, really good at it. I just think that I know where I'm starting from. So anyway, that is our hour mark that came up during that little speech. So we are going to end this episode of Vloganovel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, if you want to support my YouTube efforts directly, top right corner of the screen, there's a little eye icon where you can support me on Patreon or contribute directly to the channel. Those links are also in the description, as well as links to my website where you can get 6 of my books for free, or if you want to buy my library, you can find links to my books in the description. I am going to do a second show today at some point. I'm not sure exactly when. It might be rather late in the evening, but I will be doing one. So thank you very much for tuning in. I hope to see you later tonight. And yeah, there was something else I was going to say, but I don't remember what it is. Don't forget to be awesome, guys. See you later. Bye.